Every day, millions of people chase wealth. Some look for luck. Some take risks. But one man found greatness not through greed, but through wisdom. He's one of the richest men alive, yet he still lives in the same modest home he bought over 60 years ago. He is the world's most humble billionaire. This is the story of Warren Edward Buffett, a man who turned patience, integrity, and simplicity into an empire. 1930, Omaha, Nebraska. The world was deep in the Great Depression, and in a quiet little house, a boy named Warren was already fascinated by numbers, by business, and by the mystery of money. At just 6 years old, he started his first business, buying bottles of Coca-Cola cheap and selling them for a profit. His first profit, his first spark of excitement. That day, young Warren learned his first rule of success. If you give people what they value, they'll always come back. At age 11, he made his first real investment, 3 shares of Cities Service Preferred at $38 each. But soon the price dropped, down to $27. He panicked, but he waited. When the stock climbed back to $40, he sold. A small profit, relief. But only days later, the price shot up to over $200. Warren realized something that would define his entire career. Investing is about patience, not fear. Education and his greatest mentor. Years passed, and Warren's curiosity grew stronger. He attended Columbia University, where he studied under the legendary economist Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing. Graham taught him a simple but powerful truth. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. These words became Buffett's lifelong philosophy. He stopped seeing stocks as paper and started seeing them as pieces of real businesses. The first steps toward greatness. 1956. Warren was just 26 years old. No big office, no fortune, just belief. He started his own partnership, Buffett Partnership Limited, with a handful of investors and a few $1,000s. His approach was simple: find undervalued companies with hidden potential. And in the early 1960s, he found one, a struggling textile mill called Berkshire Hathaway. People laughed at him. Textiles are dying, they said. But Buffett didn't listen. He saw something others didn't: potential. Decades later, Berkshire Hathaway would become one of the most powerful investment empires on Earth. Today, it owns pieces of Coca-Cola, Apple, American Express, Geico, and many more. Buffett's investment philosophy. Buffett's secret is not luck, it's discipline. He once said, "If you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. He never chased quick profits. He believed in time, not timing. His patience made him one of the richest people in history. Even during the 2008 financial crisis, while the world was panicking, Buffett was investing. He knew that every crisis hides opportunity. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. A simple life, a powerful message. Warren Buffett, the billionaire next door. He still lives in the same home he bought in 1958 for just $31,500. Every morning, he drives himself to McDonald's and chooses his breakfast based on how the market feels that day. $3.17 if he's feeling optimistic. He owns no private jets, no yachts, no luxury mansions. Because for him, wealth was never about showing off. It was about freedom. The greatest luxury in life, he says, is time to do what you love with people you love. Family, the real investment. In 1952, Warren married Susan Buffett, the love of his life. Together, they raised 3 children, Howard, Peter, and Susan. When Susan passed away in 2004, it left a hole in his heart. Yet even in grief, he often says, "The best decision I ever made was marrying Susan." Philanthropy, giving back to the world. Building wealth is easy. Using it wisely, that's greatness. Warren Buffett joined forces with Bill and Melinda Gates to create the Giving Pledge, a movement where the world's richest people promise to give most of their wealth to those in need. Buffett himself pledged over 99% of his fortune to charity. He believes, "The world will only improve when success is measured by what you give, not what you keep." Wisdom that stands the test of time. Warren Buffett's words have become lessons for generations of dreamers, investors, and leaders. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Never invest in a business you don't understand. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. These are not just quotes. They're principles he's lived by for nearly a century. Today, Warren Buffett is over 90 years old. Yet every morning, he still reads, he still learns, he still works. Because to him, learning is the real investment. His story isn't about getting rich. It's about living right. Buffett proved to the world that you don't need luxury to be great. You need patience, humility, and purpose. Wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about the person you become. So let me ask you, are you chasing wealth? Are you building value?